Hail and greetings, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Over the past weeks, with all of the things that are going on worldwide, a lot of my works have been shifting, not only with Luciferian Apotheosis, increasing some areas of what we carry magically, also introducing satanic and left-hand path, demonic, face mask covers and things like that. Merely, with no magical intent with those other than to offer, if you got to wear this mask, you might as well do it in a way you want to, and something to get the pulse rate up of the average collection of people that'll see it. Also with that, I do a series of kind of cyclic workings, moving from one to the next as inspiration and obsession kind of guides me along. Finishing up a grimoire, the demons of Solomon, of the Testament of Solomon, something that I've been working on for several years, and which is finally coming to fruition after a very intense working. Today, I'm going to kind of outline the importance of, or why, ritual actions are done and their roots in antiquity. And you've got to excuse me, I have some notes that I'm going to kind of flip through to kind of keep myself on check. Now, when you perform a Luciferian or satanic, any type of magical working, including if you're an Orthodox priest, all belief concepts, religions, philosophies, to some extent, when there is a prayer or hymn, it is actually rooted in an act of magic. Magic, as you know, is to cause change in accordance with the will. Now, that is slow and subtle interior change by liberating restrictive thoughts, beliefs, ways of perceiving the world or things within it that you might not have caught before. Changing those, and slowly, by breaking the habit of the old thought and creating a habit of the new thought, the new way of thinking, and sticking to that, that's an act of magic. But for those that are interested in ceremonial ritual, and for those who ask, well, Michael, aren't you an atheist? Or at least you seem very philosophically kind of logical and pragmatic in, say, Apotheosis. Well, no, I'm not an atheist. I never have been. However, it's my responsibility from years back as a priest of Lucifer, Set Ahriman, to present and refine Luciferian philosophy, Luciferianism, in a basic foundation that is a applicable philosophy that, when you align with it, adapting it, that opens the pathway to magic. Now you have to learn, and you have to destroy the concept of, is there a higher power? Is there this? Oh, what if this happens? Well, what if there is a God? What if there is a devil? What if it wants to kill me? What if it likes me? All of that is pure shit. And you have to break that chain of that moral, dogmatic, blind faith and fear that's implanted in people at a young age. You do that by consistently applying philosophical principles and validating that your mind focuses on something. Whatever techniques you use, you're building and enhancing energy, directing that energy, and then attaining that short or long-term goal. You're validating and recognizing, acknowledging how you're using the tools of the mind in this dynamic, in this mechanism. Your own metaphysical framework is being formed. That is Luciferian. You have to transform the mind from the mundane to the daemonic. And I mean daemonic in the sense of being like Lucifer, being like Set, Lilith, Hecate, your perception, the traits. What are the traits? You already have a connection with it, obviously, or you wouldn't have found the left-hand app. So you have to apply it and adapt it, and that's the hard part. But ceremonial ritual all begins with will, desire, belief, and your ability to use your imagination in a fantasy setting, your visualizations while you're reciting. You're in a simultaneous motion using your will. This is my determination. So you're fully invested. Nothing else matters at that moment. Your words have impact to you. The vibrations make you feel alive, bring emotion. The desire is the concept, the thought of that goal. But in those moments, that thought becomes an abstraction, kind of a feeling. You're going to feel that desire of attaining it. What would that feel like? If you can visualize that and believe that. So will, desire, belief. Belief is understanding that you are attaining it. It is happening now. And in your mind, you can visualize and feel that this is happening. And you're compelling this energy. That is the formula of being as a Luciferian, of reaching out. But you're doing everything within your own circle as the adversary, a vessel. Now, once that's mastered and you validated that, if you are inclined to polytheistic or theistic concepts, what you consider the unseen, the supernatural, or rather like in the ancient world, there was no supernatural. The unseen, or what we would call supernatural, was intertwined and a part of the cosmos. So it wasn't, for the ancient mind, there was no supernatural or not. It was all one. So let's start with something very basic. And that is the use of words, invocations, and chants. Why do we do those? Are certain words in certain grimoires something that only demonic spirits hear, or the deity you're calling? In that pattern, does that open a door, a gateway? No, those are words. What makes it happen, what compels that connection, that breaking forth from the gates, opening those gates, is the will, desire, belief in the recitation, the utterance, the invocation, the prayer itself. That's why people that you've heard pray and can heal themselves to a certain extent. It's the same thing. It's magic. It's just a different approach. So understand that recitation is, you know, if you're invoking something, you're calling out and picturing in your mind with every word the attributes, the names, the symbols, the description of that particular deific mask, deity, demon, spirit, whatever it is, that to bring into you in convocation, in unity, infernal your divine unity, to where that energy, that deific mask, that spirit and its energy will tap into your subconscious, and your energy is enhanced by the almost subconscious interaction. And the facilitator of that is your personal, unique daemon, your true will manifest. The facilitator, that little voice that takes away all the quirky emotions and is very analytical and very much yourself in a divine or excellent state that you're always striving for, but never quite attain. But it strives you to become. That's apotheosis. So the use of, let's say in certain prayers or invocations describing a type of ascent or journey, that type of ascent is creating mental images. And as you're creating those mental images, that energy is connecting with and becoming a sense and a casual gateway or a nexion, reaching out for a brief second in the smallest ways to the anti-cosmic adversarial force, which can bring much influence and power to those who know how to, with full confidence, will, desire, belief, attain that consistency or the triad of the morning star. So using specific words of power, demonic names, these have meaning in our subconscious. But they also, with proper energy, act as a beacon, a torch, ignited from our black flame, if you will, for contacting specific types of all-inclusive within the deific mask concept. So for me to say Luciferians must believe this and this myth is truth, that would be a great disrespect to Luciferians or left-hand path adherents. And that's simply because you can't push abstract, subjective mythologies or concepts on somebody who, in a pragmatic way, can't validate that unless it belongs to the objective. But still, everybody's perception is different. How we see things is uniquely different. And that's fine. It's up to us individually, and that's the caveat of this, is that the individual must become that living vessel of the demonic, the divine, and who you are in crystallizing your psyche and through the process of apotheosis, going through this course in life. I hope this might spur some questions or considerations, and we'll go forward with future videos in due course. Thank you very much.